So we have with us Meeta Yadav, and Meeta Yadava is a banker. She is the managing director of the Bank of Montreal, and she's with me today. Hello, Meeta. Welcome to India Dares.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how are you? How are you, Meeta? How are you feeling?
Excellent.
Okay.
It's first thing in the morning, so it's good.
Yeah, it's good. So we are having an interaction with you, and we talk to achievers, people who have achieved something, whether it's India or it's abroad. And we are very proud to have you today. You're of the Indian origin, and you have crossed the borders and made us proud. So Meeta, let's talk about your childhood first. Can you tell us something about your schooling first?
Yeah, so my father was a general in the Indian Army, and he was in the infantry, and every year he would get transferred. Okay. So I did 12 classes from 11 schools. We would move every single year, and I would make new friends, and we would go to different convents. But we were three sisters, so we had, strong relationship. And it was just fun. It was fun going to a new place and meeting new people and meeting new schoolmates. So that was what my childhood was all about.
I mean, being from the defense background, the army background, I mean, how do you feel your upbringing was different from the normal civilian kids? How do you feel? What is the difference?
It was just, we didn't think it was any different from any of the other kids because we didn't know any different. And we used to be in army cantonments where we were with other army kids who had same experiences as us. But now looking back, and now when I look at my own children that I'm bringing up, I don't think they would be very comfortable with changing a school every single year and being in a new environment and getting uprooted and starting your life all over. But I feel that it really allowed me the flexibility or the confidence to make new friends and be outgoing and start your life all over all the time. And it's very easy for me to make friends because I did it so often. So okay. It was different, but it was the same as other army kids.
Okay. And now, you did your MBE from Delhi University. And what was the last school you attended? Where was it?
I went to Northwestern University.
Okay.
In the US, and I got my certified financial planner designation.
Okay.
And then I went to a bunch of schools here and got all my licenses. So I have 6 licenses, and I'm in the process of getting my certified divorce financial associate degree.
Okay. Now, being the managing director of a bank out there and the banking sector industry we have in India, and I mean, you worked here also. So what is the difference in the culture, in the way of working, public dealing? How is it different? What is the difference that you see?
So the work, I only worked in Citibank in India for 2.5 years before I moved to the US. Okay. I've been in the US 25 years now. So most of my experiences have been in the US. But after doing MBA, I joined Citibank in India. And I do remember that the main difference was the amount of effort and work that people put in. As far as, back in 1993 to 96, work came first.
Okay.
You were expected to be in the bank at 8 o'clock in the morning. If I was leaving at 7 in the evening, people would look at me and say, what, half day? And people were working 11, 12 hours without even thinking about it. And your family life came second. In the US, it's a lot of balance. So I start work at 9, I'm done by 5. Even the people that work on my teams, it's all about balancing family life and work life.
Okay.
And it's just, I think that this is a better way of doing it, is being able to enjoy both your personal life as well as your work life.
So it's more balanced over there compared to the work pressure you saw here. That's what I can see.
Yeah, that was a really long time ago. So maybe things have changed. Okay. And people are much more driven in India because the opportunities for growth are less, or at least at that time. But, the competence of people is the same.
Okay. Fine. Now, regarding your work, I would like to talk more about your school, because we did our research and we came to know that you are running a charity school in India, in Chandigarh, and you're doing a lot of social work over here. I want to know more about your school.
my mother died 19 years ago,
Okay.
and she was all about the empowerment of women. We were three sisters,
Okay.
and my father, we were from a very typical Rajput family where my father wanted us to get married when we turned 18. And my mother insisted that we all become professionals, and we
Okay.
did. She was all about the empowerment of women, and her motto was, if you educate a girl, you educate a nation.
Okay.
So when she passed away, my father was alone in India. He retired from the Indian Army. And unlike his friends that were all on the golf course and playing bridge and rummy in clubs, he decided, in the memory of my mother, he set up a school for girls in our ancestral village, which is about 45 minutes from Chandigarh. And we started with 17 kids 17 years ago. And
Okay.
now we are 1,400 kids deep.
Okay.
65% of the kids are girls. We really focus on the education of girls. And we get kids from around 20, 23 villages surrounding our school.
Okay.
And, I personally, over the last 17 years, I've been very, very closely involved with the school. I've seen the transformation of families and villages when girls get educated. Unfortunately, I lost my father last year.
Oh,
And since he passed away, my sisters who also live in the US, my husband and I take care of the school from here. So we manage it, and we
okay.
would like to continue to grow it. And our vision is, when my husband and I retire in a few years, we'd like to come to India and set up a technology institute. So
Okay.
not only do we give them, the high school, but we also set up a technical institute to give them the skills to open up their own businesses.
Meeta, this is what you're doing. It's something very great, but such great endeavors, they require a lot of money. पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है?
Thank you.
How do you arrange so much of money? I mean,
So, when my mother was working, she had a lot of beauty salons. She had a franchise of beauty salons. So when she passed away, my father had a lot of money. My parents did really well financially. So when my father passed away, उन्होंने सब कुछ बेच दिया. He
okay.
sold all his investments, sold all the properties we had,
Okay.
just everything. And I have to say, sheepishly, that my sisters and I were not in favor of it.
Oh,
Because we said, आपने इतनी मेहनत करी है, you have so much money, you're so comfortable. Why would you sell everything and donate it to charity? But we came around pretty quickly, and all of us also donated quite a bit of money to set up the school. All three of us sent money. And so the school, we've been blessed because through our family resources and our family foundation, all the buildings, all the buses, all the infrastructure, everything is paid off.
okay.
We don't have any loans or anything. And so the way we set up the school is about 30% or 35% of the kids don't pay anything
Oh,
because they can't afford it.
okay.
The remaining kids pay as much as they can, and the fee is very nominal. It's almost as much as a government school. And so it's a not-for-profit, not-for-loss. So based on the 60% of the kids that pay the fees, we pay the teachers and everything, but we don't have any infrastructure fees, expenses. And whenever the money doesn't meet the requirement, then we send money from here.
So you are still short of funds. That means, and you are just managing it from your own pockets, from what I can make out.
Right
And
now, we are short of funds because coronavirus. A lot of the people that study in the school,
right.
the parents are taxi drivers and
I
don't
understand.
have very good jobs. So so we are really short of funds.
You did not seek any help from the government here or from other private funding agencies in India. I mean, did you try it? Did you try to talk to someone?
I don't know how the system works in India,
Okay.
and nobody advised us how to do that in India either.
Okay.
Does that happen? Do government agencies?
Yeah,
and
sure.
stuff?
I mean, you can. I mean, since you are doing such a great work, और इतना पैसा आपने इंडिया के लिए लगाया है, भारत के लिए लगाया है, girls के लिए लगाया है, I am sure the government must come forward and other private funders must also come forward, and we must put in money so that this school does better. That should happen. So I'm sure, you should be looking onto that side. Now, talking about your husband, अब आप इतना कुछ कर रहे हैं, and you are saying you plan to come back to India. तो family का क्या reaction है, बच्चों का क्या reaction होगा, और husband का क्या reaction होगा? That's what I want to know.
Of course. तो हमारे दो बच्चे हैं.
Okay.
दो लड़के हैं, 21 साल का है, एक 19 साल का है.
Okay.
So they are very much in favor of, they help. They've gone and taught at the school, so they are very much in favor of it. I married for the second time to an absolutely amazing man.
Okay.
He's not Indian.
Okay.
And he went to India for the first time about 5 years ago and fell completely in love with India.
Oh.
And so we go back every year to the school,
Mhm.
and he is very intimately involved with the school as well.
So he comes every year with you?
Yes.
Does he? Okay, that's great.
Yeah. I go much more often than him,
Okay.
but he comes once a year, and he's very involved, very supportive.
Okay.
जब भी मुझे इंडिया पैसे भेजने पड़ते हैं स्कूल के लिए, वो कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं करते हैं. He's
Okay.
very, very much involved
Okay.
and passionate about it as much as I am.
Okay, so behind every successful man there is a woman, but here यहाँ कुछ उल्टा है. Behind a successful woman, we have got a man standing solidly, I think, right? That's
Yes.
what I'll say. So Abhi, I mean, is he there? Can we say hi to him?
Yes.
If he's there, yeah, sure.
Can you come and say hi? Yeah, he's right here.
Okay. Is he feeling shy? No.
He's not
He doesn't have to.
feeling
I stand squarely behind the successful woman.
Oh, so you are the man behind her. We wanted to see you, because you have, saying has been turned upside down because of you. How do you find India when you came here?
Extraordinary, remarkable. It was wonderful to visit. It is such a different culture, land, and history from the United States.
Okay.
And I'm honored to visit and learn.
Oh, you are very kind. You're very kind. Your words are very kind, but it's quite hot here, and a lot of it's a huge population we have, and so many problems that you might have seen. And how was your experience with the school here? How did you find the concept of the school she's running? How did you find it? Yeah.
It was an honor to visit the school, to visit the school and all of the children.
Okay.
The children are so respectful of their elders, and to see them all in uniform and studying and behaving, and these children from small villages on a path to success. I'm honored to be part of the school and proud of my wife and her father and the family for starting and running the school.
Okay, so I mean, she was telling us about your plans that both of you might just, when you retire, come over here and start a technical school. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I think it's wonderful. It'd be great. It would be wonderful. It was great that her father did such a generous thing in starting school, and we've been blessed ourselves with career success and so forth, and the ability to potentially take it to another level, to open the next chapter of the family education and support system in India. So the idea of taking it, not only maintaining and growing this particular school, but expanding it to impact more lives for longer is a wonderful opportunity.
What is the best part of Meeta you like? What is what is the best thing about her that you like?
I like her energy and her optimism.
Okay.
She is always go, and from the first thing in the morning, she is awake and she is happy and she is cheerful.
Okay.
And I love that about her.
Okay, I mean, and I also want to know that Indian women are very pushy with their husbands, They really push their husbands. How pushy is Meeta with you? She's laughing.
Of course she is. She's very pushy.
Okay.
And a good marriage is about good communication, and it's about finding your balance.
Okay.
So she pushes, but she's sensitive, and I push on certain things, and so I think we both push. And we both get.
So both of you push, and it's all balancing out.
We work hard every day to find our balance.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Very well.
Thank you. Okay, Meeta, that was so great talking to him, and it's also very good that he acknowledged that you are pushy. Okay, so that's the best part.
How can you be an Indian woman and not be pushy?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, हमें proud feel करना चाहिए कि हमारी women pushy हैं थोड़ा, इन लोगों को समझना चाहिए गोरों को. So that was good. That was too good. So I mean, it's so good that you have a husband like him. He is so supportive. बच्चों के बारे में बताइए मुझे. Tell me something about your kids now.
Of course. So we have 4 children.
Yes.
I have Abhinav is 21 years old. Akshay is 19 years old. Charles is 21 and Henry is 19.
Okay.
And we have a very loving, supportive, warm family where my kids love Brad and his kids love me, and all of us get along really well, and we live very, very well together. And everybody's supportive of each other. Abhinav and Akshay have been intimately involved with the school. I've made sure of that.
Okay.
Charlie and Henry are getting involved little by little. They have not
Okay.
visited the school yet. But if Brad and I plan to live in India once we retire for at least part of the year, then I think they will have no choice but to get involved. And I
Okay.
think they will welcome it because they're really loving, supportive children, and they love the concept of us helping underprivileged people.
Wow. So
But
that was, yeah. Yes,
our
yes,
family,
yes.
you know, it's, I've been really blessed, very, very blessed to have a very supportive, loving, kind family. And I have to mention that in my family is also my two sisters, one of them who lives in New York and one of lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We are the most close-knit family you would ever find. And all three of us run the school together.
Mhm.
And they're just a really supportive, wonderful family.
Oh, that's too good. It's such a happy family that you're having. Too good. Now, being the managing director of the Bank of Montreal, and you are, handling, I'm sure, all, high-end clients. Tell me something about your work profile now.
Of course. So I've done lots of different things in the bank. I was in managing a few retail branches. I was a regional manager on the commercial side for a while. Then I managed about 42 locations of the high net worth wealth management in the bank. And recently, I would say about 8 months ago, I moved in as the managing director of BMO Family Office. We
Okay.
work with clients that have 30 million of liquid assets or 100 million of net worth or higher. But most of our clients are over the 200 million of liquid assets or higher.
Okay. Okay.
So I lead teams across 5 states, and I'm responsible for the growth of the business, just what our clients experience, as well as I also lead strategic initiatives for BMO Family Office for the country.
Meeta, how do you balance all this? You have a very good family life. Professionally, you're doing so well. Then I'm in this school, which I feel is the center part of your life. So much of voluntary work that you're doing, putting in your money just for this nation. How do you balance all this? What is the secret of this balancing act that you do?
You know, Vivek, when people say, how do you balance it? I feel that's a myth. I don't think you get to balance it. You just get to decide where your priorities are and how you want to focus on your priorities. You know, with God's blessing, I think it all works out. We are very blessed that our kids are completely independent and they are more of friends and support for me rather than taking any time.
Okay.
My husband is not a needy husband. He's more of a support. He's not the kind of person who says, I need you home at 5:30 and you need to cook a nice meal and you need to clean the house. We both divvy up the responsibilities of the house together. We have a cleaning service that comes often. So घर का सब ठीक चल जाता है. खाना मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बनाती हूँ, बाहर से ले आते हैं. As far as the school is concerned, we do a conference call with the school at least once a week. And then I'm in touch with the school every single day. So I would say it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Mm-hmm. Work has been really good. I have really good teams. So I work, on an average 8:35 to about 5:35. But it all works out very well. I don't feel like any of the balls are dropping because I feel like all 3 aspects or 4 aspects of my life, the family life, the home, work, and school are equally important to me. Mm-hmm. And so I just prioritize on a particular day where my energies go.
You are still emotional about India? सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा?
Absolutely. मैं जैसे ही इंडिया पहुँचती हूँ मुझे लगता है घर पहुँच गए. I have lived half my time in the US and half my time in India. But जब भी मैं घर जाती हूँ मुझे लगता है यही मेरा घर है. Okay. But US also feels like home. But absolutely, very, very emotional about India. जब India में कुछ भी होता है, like those Muslim riots and Hindu riots, and it really, really, really bothers me. It's hurtful. I want India to do very, very well. Because it is, सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान
हमारा. That's too good, Meeta. And it's such a great work that you're doing over there with your school, helping it. In India, we have this concept जो अभी governments हमारी run कर रही हैं, बेटी बचाओ, बेटी पढ़ाओ. Unfortunately, so much of crime is also happening. जो आप वहाँ US में बैठ करके देख रहे हैं हमारी कंट्री में हो रहा है. लेकिन amidst all this confusion and bad things, it's people like you and concepts like your school which are standing apart. And India Dares is going to make sure that we take the message of this school further, talk about it, let more people know about it so that more people can come forward and we can join up into this revolution which is known as Lakshmi Tara Rathore Smart Public School. So that was Meeta Yadava for us. Thanks a lot, Meetava, for talking to us. We'll be in touch and we are very, very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Meeta.